MongoDB. All right. Today I'll be doing it. Today I'll be migrating away from Mongo Atlas. All right. So a little bit prehistory. Many years ago, when I was starting my kind of like main current website, Crypto Jobs List, I made this. Oh wow, loading, perfect. I made this mistake, or maybe it wasn't a mistake at the time. I don't know, of using MongoDB. And initially I was self-hosting it, but then decided to move to Mongo Atlas. And that's where, bam, billing came in. And in billing, we see what? We see $200 this month. And about 100 of it, wow, exactly 100 today. It's not even the end of the month. 100 of it is just for the bandwidth. So I'm kind of getting tired of it, of using and overpaying for Mongo. And look at this. So let me zoom in. Storage serverless clusters, right? All right, sure. We have some, M20 instance, which at M10, it's like crazy slow. It's like really slow. It's pretty bad. And another $100 of it is for data transfer. So if you can see, same region is kind of cheap because it's like, this is Mongo Atlas hosted on AWS. And internet bandwidth, so basically if you're transferring data anywhere outside of AWS, so for example, I don't know, Hetzner or into Google Cloud or anywhere else, the billing goes 9 times. And this is not really because of MongoDB itself or Mongo Atlas. This is just AWS pricing. So I have to pay this much just for this month for data transfer. It's like about 1 terabyte. Sure, we can talk about like caching and making sure that things are cached properly on multiple levels in Redis or whatnot, and like, don't trigger queries that often and do Cloudflare. And I have all this, like it's already been set up. But in the amount of hours that it's taking, to optimize caching and caching validation, it's like tens of hours to perfect that and improve it, and you still end up paying this amount of money. Anyway, today I'll be moving back to on-prem because of all this. I'm just getting tired of it. Oh yeah, and another really good reason is that, let's see, the performance is actually not that amazing on M20. Let me go to the database. View monitoring, and then query insight. So query profiler. No, 1 second. Query namespace insights, right? So this is past 24 hours. Look at all these. It's like an average execution time in seconds, up to a minute of a query. Can you believe this? 59 seconds on a collection. 59 seconds, like 1 minute. Query is taking 1 minute. And it's not a large database. It's just like 5 gig of data. 5 gig of data that is, queried a lot. But like the averages are crazy. Like total 3 days of running this query, like a total some latency. Average latency P90, 1 second. It's nuts. Of course, moving to M20, which is, I don't even remember I think, actually it's important to look into this before we proceed with migrating, editing configuration. So the main difference is that on M10, what do you get? 2 gigabyte RAM, 10 gigabyte storage, 2 vCPUs, and they're burstable. They're not like dedicated to vCPUs. So like basically if you're running your CPU a lot and you're having a lot of heavy queries, your CPU capacity or burstable capacity will go down. So you can get into a point where you just pretty much your nodes will freeze if you're using too much of them. Anyway, this is like twice the cost. So this is like $20, 20 cents, 0.2 multiplied by 24 hours multiplied by 30 days, $144 for 3 nodes. 3 nodes 4 GB each RAM, plus on top transfer, data transfer ingress. You know, you can probably see Hetzner here. Hetzner pricing. Let's go, my favorite page on the internet. Yeah, by the way, this is basically, if you see the site being slow, it's because of Mongo. Everything else is like mega cached. All right, closing this for now. Prices. There we go. What can we get for for 144? What was it? $144 for, let's do a dedicated CPU. I like it. 140 euro to USD. It's even less, right? 144, 120. 16 vCPU, 64 GB RAM. I don't even want to have like a second. I mean, people will cancel me for this, but like, why even have a secondary standby node? I mean, sure, we'll add it. We'll attempt to run a cluster, but bro, like I can have 2 of these. Sure, a little bit of time configuring, but the ROI on that configuration will be like, this is going to be running for a while for me. And again, as a solo dev, like indie project, a bunch of indie projects, like, yeah. Anyway, so loved by developers, lol. Like, okay, early when you're just getting started, it's probably lovable experience, but then it's just getting worse, and you just ended up paying a lot of money. So anyway, upcoming invoice, function duration. I can, go into this as well, that this is function execution, by the way. So a lot of these functions getting executed, and these delays, this pretty much execution time is coming because of the database delay, and because database is being slow and not responsive. So I need to pay now like $100 to Versal just for the function execution because the database is slow. Anyway, so all of this is going to be moving into my Hetzner cloud. All right, let's proceed. Step 1. So this is my Hetzner. 1 second. And of course, I'm using Coolify. Big fan. Coolify. IO. I'm also a proud sponsor. CryptoJobs is right here. Started sponsoring before all these guys came in. I think early this year that we started paying for that. I think it's important to support open source projects. And Rush doing an amazing job. Where's Rush? Is this his Twitter? No, that's Coolify Twitter. And Rush, here we go. This man, my man, love it. Okay, let's go. So let's start by creating a new MongoDB. Very convenient. MongoDB, I'll call this a little bit nicer, DB, and then CryptoJobs list prod Mongo. Save, start. Let's see how much CPU this will be actually consuming. So this is 4 core. Lol, barely anything. Oh, it's already started, huh? Look at this. Barely any spike. It didn't even reach the 400%, which is 4 cores. Bum. Let's go. Closing this for now. Gonna close it. Gonna make it public temporarily. Public port is required. Well, I'm gonna change this because you guys gonna, I don't want to get hacked. Make it publicly available. I'm gonna have so much fun blurring all these things on, after I record it, after I finish recording. All right, are we running here? Hetzner, barely making any net data. The amount of blurring I'll be doing here is just crazy. It's gonna be. All right, hold up. CPU, right? Total CPU usage. Yeah, we're good. Anything like, you know, barely making any impact. All right, time to do the beautiful SSHing into things. Oh, is it Ubuntu or is it my name actually? Oh, right. Okay, it's my name. Or is it root? I think it's root. All right, perfect. Where's the uptime? Oh. $20 days. Not a lot of days. I think I did a system upgrade and it's, you know, barely 16 gig. I have like 6 apps running here. So what we want to do first is, so basically the plan is to dump existing Mongo, restore it into Mongo on cluster here, and then connect a bunch of existing services like my API and a front end to this new self-hosted Mongo, and then see if it, like, how it performs, see if there's an impact on the CPU, and maybe I'll also set up and then maybe set up a cluster eventually. I want to have like at least one replica. Might be useful, 1 or 2 replicas. Usually, I think like for Mongo shard, you need at least 2 replicas, 2 reads, so it's like a shard of 3 at least. Yeah. All right, here we go. We need to be doing. So one thing is that I'll be doing mongodump on Hetzner directly, and I'll delete all of these files. Right. Okay. So of course we don't have a Mongo instance on Hetzner at all yet. I wonder if I can SSH commands. Oh, execute a command. Okay, awesome. I wonder, MongoDB. Let's see if this is gonna work. That's a lot of output. Is this what we want? Mongo V. How about Mongo V? Run. Mongo not found. Mongo dump. Mongo dump and Mongo restore from CLI. Let's see, CPU usage, all good. Barely any. Average 60% RAM is being used on the node, and it's 60 gigabyte RAM. Average CPU usage, 16%. Mongo dump. Okay, so install mongodump and mongo restore on Ubuntu. Dun dun dun. Oh wow, I need to install a. I wonder if Mongo database tools. 1 second, let's try and see if we already have it. Yeah, I would rather do it from the SSH. Enable to locate, of course. Installing this. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm installing Mongo on my Ubuntu server. And installing specifically Mongo tools, because I'm not gonna be running Mongo directly on the instance. I'll be running it on, all right, I'll get, can you read this? All right, cool. MongoDump. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we have MongoDump, and now what we want to do, we have, empty environment, and what we want to do now is we want to dump my existing cluster. This is all the cluster data. See, it's like only 4 gigabyte. It's like it's tiny, and it already costs like $200, and I'm hosting the 4 gigabyte of data. This is just like embarrassing. And notice this, 200 connections on average. This is, you know why? This is because of Versal, like, and Prisma, and curing, like, every serverless function is like creating a new connection. This is crazy. Good luck having 200 connections with like Postgres. It's gonna be even harder. Like, I don't know how people run a Postgres. I mean, like, again, I'm pro Postgres. I like all new projects Postgres, but I'm just curious about how people run, like, I guess, like, these PG Bouncer all the time with like a massive number of connections. And yeah, just avoid Versal. Okay, so now we want to do PG dump. Chin. I need to get my this is like, if I was streaming this would be so scary because of all the like secrets and environmental variables. It's crazy. But one day I would love to know. I would like to figure out how to stream, like how not to be afraid to stream all this stuff into while managing, basically while dealing with private environmental variables, basically. Is this the way to do it? Will this work? Yay, okay. So this is gonna be our scratch pad, right? And here, all right, no. I'll be doing this some of the stuff off screen too, so like to make it easier for me to edit this later. Copy paste, replica set, MongoDB, username. Let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, clear, mongodump. Anything's happening. What is happening? Is it trying to do something? We don't know. Let's look at the CPU to see if something's going on even. Something's happening. Something's going on. CPU is up. CPU is up. Can't create session. Failed to connect. Session timeout. Topology. No such host. Address doesn't exist. No such host. Is this a joke? What's going on? Let's see. Mongo SRV maybe. Maybe the URL is a little bit off. Let's try this again. Yay! I think it needs to be MongoDB plus SRV. All right, we're dumping a bunch of stuff. This dumping gonna be taking some time. SSH. Wow, I'm so excited to be editing all the private parts, all the secrets from this video recording. Help me, someone, please. All right, so oh wow, it's done. That was fast. That was fast. And let's look how long it took. Like this was I think the part where 11:34 right now. So I think it just took like 1 minute to dump 4 or 5 gig, and barely touched a little bit of the CPU. And like, so this is the disk usage. Oh, it's actually, yeah, I guess it was the connection, some memory processing, and then network traffic of actually, yeah. So you can see this area was the actual Mongo dumping. Mongo dumping. All right, so next step we're doing, so already we have a dump. And now we want to do restore process. Restore, Mongo restore. See, even the most experienced, okay, I'm not the most experienced, but like I've been working with Mongo, I feel, for like 10 years, unfortunately. I've been Node.js maybe 14 years, and Mongo been quite a while along those times. And yeah, I still need to Google and ask AI how to do things. All right, so now we are going back to this Mongo, and we need to, this is the public and this is internal. I wonder if this internal will actually work. And I'm just generating Mongo restore command in case you're curious. Jobs list, directory, Mongo. I have to do some things off screen so that it's root dump, so that I can name. Okay. So this is the Mongo restore command. This is the local host, but I think this container name is like very specific locally, so I don't think it will even, it might not connect, but let's try Mongo restore. Warning, systems, blah, blah, blah. I think it might not connect. I think it's going to time out. I think you need to do like, is it going to be on a local host? How to connect to... Yeah, I think it's just gonna time out. So instead, I'll just use the public Mongo address. Let's see. Let's try this again. Whoop. Where's my Mongo restore? Here we go. Okay, at least some progress. Authentication failed. At least it tried to connect. Could not during connection. Unable to authenticate mechanism. Let's ask our friendly AI how to do this. All right, outsource admin, I suppose. Let's add this line. And try again. Yeah, pure success. I think it's working. Look at the CPU is getting kind of higher. Pum, pum, pum. Let's look at the CPU from the Hetzner perspective. Yeah, the restoration process seems to be taking way more resources, which is, well, you know, something to be mindful of. Be careful. Indexes. Let's look at the net data view. I think this is also, net data might even freeze completely. Let's see. So, wow, look at this. CPU pressure, whatever, input, output. System RAM, you can see cache used, number of used RAM is going up. How can I do, how can I change this to like let's say last 30 minutes? Yeah, there we go. Things are happening. Okay, I think the process, yeah, process finished. 9, almost like 1 million documents restored successfully. Perfect. Not that many issues. Okay, so technically we already restored Mongo to this new Mongo process. How do we, okay, wow, what is this? Some anomaly somewhere, average system load went up, and so it's like panicking a little bit. System load average just went up. Net data is quite handy. All right, so what's happening here is this process Mongo 7, and it's taking a lot of memory. Maybe because it's thinking. I wonder if it's gonna keep on taking this much memory. So bandwidth, some process here. Wow, so I wonder if Mongo now is going to be taking a bunch of memory going forward. Let's take a look at this. So now it's like 12 gig. 12 gig stable. 12 gig. Wow, and it keeps, you know, it's not getting flashed away. So just for experiments, because like, you know, in the end of the day, what we want performance. We want things to actually work really, you know, fast. And like on this machine, I have a lot of other processes going on, as you can tell. That these are all different Docker containers that are running, and a lot of them are production actually, with real traffic coming in. And let's see. So what I'll do now is I'll just restart Mongo and see if it's gonna affect, because, you know, right now I can, you know, do whatever I want to this instance. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen to the memory usage of this container if I restart it. Okay, do we see this going down? We're seeing it go down. Okay. If it's gonna be like smaller footprint after restart, it might not. Let's see what's gonna happen. Chin chin chin. Oh wow, it actually is smaller now, but I think the more it's gonna get used, the more memory it's gonna start consuming. Okay, let's now try connect. Sorry, it's exited. Did I restart it? Oh no, okay, running. Sorry, my bad. It's running. It's all good. It's running. Is it? It's not even showing up in the top. It's like not taking zero memory. It's not taking any memory. Okay. So what do we want to do now? We want to, let's see. Will we be able to connect? I'm thinking what's the best way to connect to Mongo. Okay, let's see. Let's just do this. Mongo. Okay, maybe I need to install Mongo client. Install Mongo. Shouldn't the Mongo CLI Mongo C I can't type. Install Mongo client on Ubuntu. Already did this. Mongo org shell. Okay. I might actually uninstall all of this afterwards. All right. So I installed the Mongo client, but it doesn't seem to be. Is it here? It's not here. Maybe I need to just like reconnect to the instance. Mongo V. Wow, it didn't help. It seems like it. Even after installing it, let's try again. Why was it not sudo Reddit newest version? Why can I do Mongo sh? Not found. Why is Mongo not, doesn't exist? That's not good. How do I need to install Mongo? Mongo not found. Yeah, I think this is what we want. The legacy Mongo has deprecated Mongo clients. I just did this. Mongo sh, mongosh. Who would have thought that the biggest bottleneck would be installing Mongo client, and like the actual dump took like literally 2 minutes combined time, maybe 3 minutes. Brew install. Maybe let's do apt. There we go. Ubuntu apt-get mongo CLI. Aha. Oh, it's fucking CLI. Can I connect with Mongo CLI anywhere? This is not what we wanted. Oh, Mongo. All right, let's try this approach. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is mongo sh clear iterm has some like issues with search somehow. Anyway, mongo sh. Let's try this. Perfect. We're connected. We're in the matrix. Show DBs. Is this how it's gonna work? Yeah, perfect. See, it's only 1 point. Wow, it's just like crazy, right? But is this what we are also getting in production, I wonder? If I were to connect to my prod, let's see. Oops. 2 GB. So I guess maybe this is like with all the indexes and stuff. I don't know why. So this is the current production environment. It's taking 2 GB. This is what we got restored. But if we do subscriber count, whoop, if I knew how to type, that'd be good. Count. Okay, perfect. Count documents, of course. Something got depreciated, love it. DB count documents, and here we do count documents. Is it the same amount? It's the same amount. If we'll do something like jobs, job, do we have job? Job, perfect. So yeah, we, I think, successfully restored things. And yeah, okay, so this is a huge success. Everything's restored. Let's look again at our Mongo memory consumption. It's not even in, is it in the list? I don't even see it in the list. Matomo, plausible, beautiful. It's not even, this is API. It's not even showing up in the memory radar. Let's look into the memory, htop. Whoop. What keyboard should I buy just to be able to type accurately? Okay, nothing is showing up in the radar. Let's clean up some mess we created. Up. Okay, so huge success. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to Let's see. I I would probably create a new API instance now, and like a preview deployments. Preview deployments. Preview deployments. What can we do? I'm thinking basically what I'm trying to do is to create a new deployment of our existing API, and maybe I can clone it. Let's see if, oh yeah, clone. Okay, perfect. Clone to another project environment or different server. Good thing Coolify lets us do that. Hopefully advanced, redeploy, stop to another environment or different server. Network localhost. What will happen if I should clone this resource? Okay, let's click YOLO. What's gonna happen? Okay. Production clone. Backend clone. Perfect. Scary stuff. I think I will have to like unconfigure a bunch of things. Has it ever been deployed? It's never been deployed. Okay, so we want to go back to Mongo. Internal, and just use internal URL for connecting to things. Production, and then Mongo clone. Advanced environmental variables. Where's Mongo? Mongo URL. And replace it. Are we replacing it with the right thing? No. Need to specify. Right, and we probably need to do, like, there was some database direct or auth. This one, auth source admin. Connection true and auth source admin. I'm just basically using a scratchpad. Remove, add, update, success. And then what else do you want to do? Agenda. We don't want agenda to be, is this enabled? False. We want this to be false for now. I think that's it. Hooks. All right, YOLO. I'm gonna deploy this API and see what's gonna happen. I think it should be connected to the new internal database. In the beginning, it's gonna just Docker build a process, so it's gonna take up some CPU, some disk. Let's see what's happening here. Pum. Deploying. It's not even engaging all 4 cores to the max. It's easy mode, and the pricing for this is just barely. It's like €24 a month. To USD, this is like $26 US. 16 gigabyte RAM, 4 CPUs. I probably should max it out, but later. So graphs, okay. So hopefully I'll say bye-bye to this soon. All right, deployments exited. What happened? Oh, is it still running? Building Docker image. Building Docker image. How are we doing? CPU is up. Some pressure, and that's okay. Where's memory? Memory. There we go. There's memory. I don't know how. Value gigabyte. Okay. Now I know. I was about to say, like, I'm not sure how exactly the net data measures memory consumption. Committed memory. It's like available memory. Not that often I'm in this section of net data. RAM. Maybe this is an easier way to look at it. Used number of gigabyte cached, free, used 10 gigabyte. Yeah, the Docker build process is definitely, it's pushing to the registry. It might be not ideal, but let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, see 10 gig out of 15 is being used. Correct, 10, 9, yeah, perfect, I see. So it's 10, same number here. What? I kind of have a hunch. Show debug logs. Did it start? I don't think it even started. 3,000. Port is already allocated. LC. Port 3,000. So this is a little bit of a Coolify config. Expose ports, port mapping. Maybe we should do 2,000 like this, perhaps. And let's see what's gonna happen. Hope it's gonna use some cache. Exit it. Hey, you still should be building. How are we doing here on memory overalls? Oh wow, I think okay, here we go. Now we're using like all 4 cores to the max, and things are getting like delayed. Let's see. Wow, things are building. Average CPU time. If we're looking into Docker, let's see which process is going to be taking the most. None, dimension none. I guess that's the actual build process that is building the image, or that it's, trying to build the image, exporting layers, importing layers. Sounds like it's doing a slightly more than what it was doing earlier. Pushed, something is happening. All right, let's see. Let's fingers crossed, yo. Docker to registry. New container started. Huge news. Finished success. Let's see at the logs. Stream logs. Is it, like the main question is, will it connect to Mongo, or will the ORM fail or not? Drive. There we go. Cannot read properties. Bunch of failure. ORM failed to load. Okay, let's stop this before we get into more trouble. Let's disable a bunch of other Telegram API delete. Telegram admin delete. Delete. What was the issue? Right, it did not connect. So maybe first we'll try to connect locally to this Mongo, and again I will wow, it's a little bit of a challenge. I don't think I'll be streaming that part. I'm gonna be just doing it in a side git pull. In the meantime, enjoy the pretty graphs. All right. First of all, we need to be using cannot driver. It's the same. It's basically, I'm getting the same error I got with some driver error. I think it's MongoDB driver error. What if I'll do remove direction auth and try again. Okay, so from localhost, I started sending a few requests to the database, and it's working, which is amazing. We just need to do, what do we need to do? Update the connection string. Update the connection string. So this is MongoDB production. Where's our clone? Environmental variables, Mongo URL, admin, deploy. I wonder where's net data. If the RAM consumption went up on any of these processes. Where's our Mongo? Do we even see Mongo? Doesn't look like it. Mongo. Mongo, are you here? Mongo image. Mongo 7, perfect. See, it's barely taking. Is it gonna update for me? Yeah, so see, like we were taking a lot of memory here. Now it's barely consuming. So this is the build process, this like little brown area. It's building. Wow, yeah, it's taking a lot of, this is the build process. Quite CPU intensive. And is this a success? Docker to registry. Shouldn't be pushing Docker to registry, pushing image to Docker registry. Direct connection, true auth. All right, so I tried to run. Let's see, how do I open this? Basically, I tried to run my front end against my new Mongo, and Prisma is complaining. Can you believe this? Prisma is complaining that it cannot do an update operation because it requires Mongo server to be as a replica set. This is pathetic. This is my problem with all this JavaScript stuff, is that it's not the language itself, it's just more of the community and ecosystem, is that everyone's building their own thing and it's super commercialized. Yeah, it's not amazing. Read preference primary. Let's try if this will work. In the meantime, let's look what's happening here. I think, is this Mongo? Yeah, Mongo 7. Now Mongo is starting to take a bit more memory usage. It's still, yeah, it's like number 2 in the system by memory usage. which is not fantastic, I suspect. So I'm trying to understand exactly how do I measure like the exact amount of memory that is being using. This is like in percent value, percent of the total memory consumption, or what's going on? It's like Mongo 75%. Yeah, so I think the main thing we accomplished here is moving Mongo to on-prem. Is just like now a bunch of debugging is to be done with making sure that things actually work, especially the front end now, because Prisma is complaining now. Prisma ORM. Prisma needs connected to replica set. Wow, this is so pathetic. Crazy. And what's the answer? Run Docker. Wow, this is crazy. You must be connected to a replica set. Make it right, simple way, yeah, and just like pay thousands of dollars annually. Free instance, right? Love it. Convert standalone MongoDB to a replica set. How do you do it? Admin command, use admin. Wow. Anyway, at this point, I think kind of like the main replication of database is a success. So hope hope that inspires you to do the same thing. You shouldn't be locked in to be paying the crazy monthly bills. I'm still have to pay this. Mainly, most of it is for data transfer. But yeah, I think there are options out there. Make sure not to lock yourself in. Just, I think a lot of devs out there, they're like, oh, they're so tempted by all these like free platforms. That's you get started free, and then later on, once your project takes off, this free goes from like 0 to 100 very fast. Instead, like at least my approach is just like pay for super cheap instance on Hetzner or on any like DigitalOcean, for example, or any other VPS, and install something like Coolify on it, or Doku. Doku is another solid project that I used to be using for years. I think the UI is separate, but it's mainly CLI tool. It's kind of like Heroku in your own cloud, and you can run a bunch of projects on the same machine at the same time very easily. Yeah, so it's definitely possible. Don't lock yourself into super expensive cloud providers. All right, good luck, all the best.